So I was formally diagnosed with ADHD just over 2 years ago. I think in terms of being undiagnosed, some of it is denial and some of it is you just don't recognise that you've even got it. Because you only know you, so you think everyone is like you and everyone thinks and feels the same as you. You might be a little bit different, but not so different that there's a condition there. It was actually my wife, Rebecca, who suggested that I had it. And I think only after the diagnosis do you realise what you have been living with. Had I known who I was back then and it had been better understood, it would have been so much better. Yeah, I don't think from a professional perspective I would have succeeded anymore, but in terms of a feeling of self-worth and from my own well-being, and more importantly from the people around me that invariably I have hurt, right, from being who I was and not understanding who I was, then it could have been very different. And I think had I been diagnosed at school, or if I was diagnosed at school today, the approach that would have been taken through my exams and through my studies and everything would have meant that my outcomes in terms of my exam results were significantly different to what they were, which were terrible. But I suppose living with it would mean always being quite fidgety, always getting bored quite easily, particularly if things didn't interest you, procrastination. But I think it manifests itself in other ways, in terms of you're looking for like a dopamine or an adrenaline hit from sort of what I call poking the bear, that you're trying to look at to annoy people or wind people up simply just to get a hit because life's a little bit too dull without. So in the past I think I've been really obnoxious and really confrontational and really argumentative, and when I look back I think a lot of that was just because I enjoyed it, but it was something actually I needed because of the way that my mind worked. So that has been a bit of an eye-opener. And I suppose the other thing is I just don't feel like I can ever relax. I see relaxing and doing nothing as a waste of time. So I always feel I need to be doing something, even if it is nothing. I still need to be doing something rather than nothing. Just because you've got ADHD doesn't mean that you're going to be good at something or indeed anything. Yeah. But at the same time, it can be really helpful, but at the same time, it can be really debilitating. I think it becomes a superpower when you've reconciled to your condition, when you've researched it and understood what it is, and more importantly, when you've got a treatment plan that works for you. And some people choose to have no prescription medication and have other ways of managing it, and that is brilliant, and it works for them and enables them to unlock their superpower. For other people like myself, the medication is really important. Again, I think the shame of ADHD and neurodiversity a lot of the time is the shame that you put in yourself, and I always say that I'm my own worst critic, and that's true. And again, I think the shame you put on it depends on the family and the environment and the friends that you keep. So you need to change your own outlook first in terms of how you feel about yourself. But that is a lot easier if you have people around you that are positive and happy to share mental health issues and be vulnerable and not see it as a weakness to share those concerns. So yeah,